family, Mr. Stephen Gilbert Taylor. I now invite Grace Edeh to the podium to help us remember Steve Taylor and how he influenced so many of us here tonight. Grace is one of our Master of Education graduates, as well as someone who embraces lifelong learning and epitomizes perseverance in her studies and her commitment to learners of all ages, from early childhood to adults. Grace.
On August the 10th, 2021, 3:57 to be exact, p.m., I opened up my email, as many of us do on a regular basis. And a particular email that I received caught my attention. In fact, it was from Dr. Bateman, informing myself, as well as many others, that we were the last group of participants that Dr. Taylor was scheduled to officially teach. Sadly, she had to inform us that Dr. Taylor had passed away the day before. The responses to Dr. Bateman's emails were many, and they were overflowing, and they were continuous. Let me share with you just a few. I'm devastated by this news. I respected his love and dedication for education, and I know he will be missed by all of us who had the pleasure to work with him. My thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends, and colleagues. Listen to this one. My eyes are filling with tears. My heart is heavy. I am living proof of the statement that he is personally responsible for the successful completion of participants from previous cohorts who may never have finished without his wisdom, patience, and love. I too am blessed and very thankful to have known Steve for these many years. They went on and on and on. Please, let me read you just one more. Yesterday, I lost one of my best friends, a person that was kind, supportive, and fully dedicated to his passion for teaching. How many times I saw him spend many hours after work to help those students that had problems understanding concepts. How many times I saw him offering help to younger teachers that needed it the most. Steve was a mentor to many teachers in the MTP. He was also a mentor to many young biology teachers at Champlain College, where he taught for 30 years. I was lucky to learn from him throughout all those years. Thank you, Steve, for your dedication, guidance, and friendship. You will be terribly missed. Dr. Bateman let me know in a separate email that she had passed on to Dr. Taylor my personal dedication in my master's thesis before he passed. So you're saying, okay, Grace, lovely. I didn't know Steve. I'm cognizant of that. There are a few of you who probably had the joy of knowing him. And the reason I'm here is because he was my master's thesis supervisor. To my knowledge, I was the last master's student that he had. Permit me, we're almost done, folks. But I'd like you to join me in celebrating and paying tribute to a true master teacher. Steve, as he repeatedly would insist he was referred to, was a lovely man. For those of you who have no idea who he is, permit me to share a little bit of our relationship. I had the honor of having him as my master's thesis for supervisor for several years. And here's the reason why. A little while after I actually finished my project and was preparing to write my thesis, something happened in between. I became a mom, a mom to twins. Yeah, so that kind of delayed my writing. So a couple of years afterwards, and then coming back, Steve, ever so patient, said, okay, let's get back to work. And I said, let's do this. Very long story made short. Steve was there for many of those years, encouraging, supporting. Steve was knowledgeable. Steve was witty. Steve was patient. Steve was kind. He helped me through statistical analysis. Y'all remember that? Oh my goodness. Steve encouraged me. And you know what also impeded a little bit of my progress was that little thing called COVID-19. But he kept me there. We made appointments through Zoom. He set up timetables. He had me to check in, all with the gentle, kind spirit of guiding me and encouraging me. It was quite the journey. I was tired a lot of the times with two little ones, working full time, trying to remember my paper, my research project. Yet Steve was there. He took an interest in me. Steve was wise. Steve was an expert. I relished those conversations we had, so many, obviously related to completing my thesis, but about other things. Steve told wonderful, fanciful stories. He was so interesting. I loved the stories about his personal journey. Of course, I was all ears when he would talk to me about his personal teaching expertise and experience. We would talk about politics, religion, but Steve was always there, present, ever mindful of what I was going through as a teacher and the work that needed to be done. I am so grateful for that opportunity and having had him as my thesis supervisor. And I share with you in these last few moments my tribute to Steve as I wrote it in the acknowledgement section of my thesis. And it reads as such: you can achieve all the things you want to do, but it's much better to do it, pardon me, with loved ones around you, family and friends, people that you care about that can help you on the way and can celebrate you and you can enjoy the journey with. It's by John Lasseter. This level of gratitude I am experiencing is so challenging to put into the best words. When it comes to acknowledging the support of my research supervisor, I am thankful for this opportunity to make this public declaration. Dr. Stephen G. Taylor has been a source of support, wisdom, and encouragement and guidance through this entire process. Dr. Taylor's knowledge, coupled with his comments, feedback, suggestions, and insightful comments, have helped me improve and complete my research project. I am indebted to him for his empathy, patience, and very kind, understanding heart. I'm grateful for having had the opportunity to work with and be instructed by him. Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Thank you, Steve, for everything and for seeing me through to this completion. I spoke to Steve a few days before he passed. I was so excited to tell him that I had submitted and completed my project. And there it was, Steve, true to form, ever so happy, joyful, and supportive. Dr. Bateman, in her email to us, pointed out ever so astutely and accurately how Steve really was representative of a master teacher. And while a number of you didn't know him, I stand here before you a graduate of the program, very much in large part for his masterful, skillful attitude, his compassionate and loving ways. And for this, I am ever so grateful. Thank you, Steve.